Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Planning and Development Committee meeting of April 9th, 2025. Niagara Region and Grimsby are situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hattaway-Wendourong, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The Regional Municipality of Niagara and the Town of Grimsby stand with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest? Seeing none, can I have a mover and seconder to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Moved by Member Drew, second by Member Potter. Moved by Member Drew, second by Member Potter. Resolved that the April 9th, 2025 Planning and Development Committee agenda be approved. All in favor? That's carried. Can I have a mover and seconder for receipt of the previous minutes? Councillor Frake, Member Drew. Moved by Councillor Frake, second by Member Drew. Resolved that the Planning and Development Committee meeting minutes of March 5th, 2025 be received. All in favor? And that's carried. We don't have delegations or consent reports, but can I get a mover and seconder to get the Planning and Building Annual Report on the floor for discussion? Moved by Member Potter, seconded by Councillor Frake. Are there any questions from, or is there someone presenting first or not?
Sarup can, yes.
Yeah, Sarup, would you like to come to the podium? Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I guess I'll give a little bit of context for the report. So the annual report is the first of its kind for our department, Planning and Building. And what it provides is a look at the year of 2024. Essentially, if you go through the report, particularly the first few pages, start off with a snapshot where we give a quick synopsis of the year, and that it kind of explains the planning process a little bit. So you have the input, which is just talking about our staff, the types of applications we take, and then the process is, how we get these applications through their respective committees, council, and then the output is what the townspeople will see, either later that year if it's something small like a minor variance, or something bigger in a couple of years when a subdivision touches ground. As you move through the report, the key contents are a chapter about policy. This primarily highlights the rapid change of policy in the province regarding planning, from the Planning Act, Greenbelt. It's been several years of change since COVID, and then it moves into our changes internally, which is the official plan review, which I'm sure you all know of, as well as some supporting work that supports the official plan, such as carried out by Public Works and Parks, so the Transportation Master Plan, and then the Parks Master Plan. The second chapter is about community. This is where we highlight some of our big community projects. So as you go through the report, and these are all pretty I feel like the community is pretty aware of these projects as they're well underway, but things like the West Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Peach King Center expansion, as well as the fantastic work Parks and Building has done with the Casablanca Waterfront project. So, and then we move into Heritage, which also goes through Heritage Committee, but this is a fantastic chapter prepared by our Heritage planners, just highlighting that Heritage is more than just conservation. They do so much, such as grants, development permits, or heritage permits as it's called in the Heritage Act, as well as highlighting some key projects. So the Heritage Property Grant Review that went on this year, the continuous work the Heritage staff are doing on the Conservation District, as well as Grimsby Beach, which is always a constant. And then finally, the report ends in a chapter called Brickwork, which is all about development. So this highlights key projects, in particular site plan applications, official plan amendments, minor variances. So as for the year of 2023-2024, some key, numbers you could highlight is, we had over 70 minor variance applications, over 13 consents, 2 official plan amendments, 5 applications for subdivision, a plan of subdivision, and 5 applications for zoning bylaw amendments, as well as 12 new site plan applications in 2024, and about 29 continuous applications. So especially the site plan application process is continuous until it's done, right? Until we start construction. So lots of planners looking over lots of things. And then we end off with a review of 8 major projects. So these are, obviously, most of these are already public, but I think it's important to kind of, we wanted to end this on a high note of, in planning, we don't just do housing development. There's so much else going on, from industrial to commercial to medical. And yeah, the report is really a synopsis of the year. And I think the biggest takeaway from this report is something we'd like to do every year. And we bring this to you for your support and as a planning accomplishment. That's all for me. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to see this document and really happy, excited that we can finally present it. And I really think it's a good idea for the public and the town of Grimsby to really realize that we do a lot, and staff is very busy with a lot of different things, and our meetings might be short, but there's certainly a lot that goes into a year in the town of Grimsby when planning is concerned, and many of the projects are multi-year, and there's a lot on the books that are going to happen over the next few years. So it's really exciting that we have this document that people can refer to. I think councilors can use it to refer to, and it's something that I'm really happy that we've done this. Questions or comments from members? Member Drew.
Yeah, through the chair, thanks very much for your presentation, and it is an excellent report. I'm very comprehensive, and in particular, I wanted to draw attention to the official plan work and the 19 events that were held for public consultation. I had the opportunity to attend numerous of those. They were well attended, well organized, and it appeared they got very good feedback. So excellent work. Thank you.
Councillor Frake.
I'll echo both of, thank you, Mayor. I'll echo both what you said. I'm just thinking as of today that a lot of these projects will go much faster now that we have strong mayor's powers. Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a good report.
Member Potter.
I won't say something to get me in trouble, like my colleague here. Maybe question, Harold's not here, but Walter maybe, but obviously happy for you to address it as well. So when I've done these sort of reflection type, where did we go and what did we do? What did we learn from doing this? That you could now make the system, the group, the planning team better, stronger, whatever wording you want to put. I don't want to lead you down certain words, but there's always a reflection, and that reflection normally drives okay, how do we improve? I hope. So where do you think the improvements can come?
Thank you for all your positive comments. Through you, Mayor, from preparing this report, I think the first few things that kind of stick out to me as I was writing this is, what did we learn? First thing I learned is that we do a good job at data collection. So that's the first thing I learned and its importance. But I think the second thing we learned is that it's important for this report to be continuous for us to see that progress, right? I had a lot of information that when me and Harold discussed this report, we were thinking, how far back do we want to go? We're taking inspirations from other municipalities, and we're saying, they just do this on an annual basis. They start at some point, and then they keep doing it, right? So it's hard to determine exactly, and I know we've been doing good work for a long time, pinpoint specific data sets that were never included or never actively tracked until I was prepping this report, right? So I had to pull all that data. So I think in a glimpse right now, I think what this report tells us is that it's informative to the public. It's very public facing, and we want the public to understand the planning process as simply as we can explain it, right? And B, it tells us that there's work being done, right? I'm hoping as this report progresses in the next few years, we'll actually have analysis that we'll be able to compare over the years that'll tell us, how we're performing. And I did a little bit of it in this, right? I compared 2023 to 2024, and we could have gone a little bit further back, but, the pages were adding up. But that's, I think, the biggest takeaway from this is, for me at least, I'm kind of a data nerd. I do a lot of GIS, a lot of mapping, is the importance of data collection and how it's going to influence our planning processes as we move forward, and specifically as we transition into new territory with the planning policy statement and ever changes that the province is providing guidance on. It'll be interesting to see how we did things back then and how things have changed, right? So that's my takeaway, but that's more of like a planner nerd perspective. I don't know if, Walter, you want to provide anything? Thank you.
Yeah, a fantastic summary there, and thank you for the question. The one thing that I would add would be actually two things. I think this document will be very helpful because it's formatted in a way that's easily digestible by the general public. So the people that live in Grimsby that pay our taxes, they pay the taxes and support us, will be able to see in real terms what we actually do here, what they get for their money, essentially. This past year, and probably even the previous year, there were different types of applications that we received, particularly site plan. I'm thinking about the hospital and the Anatolia site plan application in the West End specifically, and a few others where we learned quite a bit in terms of how we can facilitate a more efficient process, particularly with site plan reviews, and particularly when many other agencies are involved, like the Ministry of Transportation, Conservation Authority, and so on. And how important it is to make sure that the applicants or the businesses that come forward and want to move to Grimsby, and they know well in advance what is going to be before them, so they know how to address these issues that might come up potentially. So identify issues as quickly as possible so we can work through them as efficiently as possible. So that's been one of the good experiences over the last couple of years that we've learned with these very large projects that have occurred in Grimsby.
All right, seeing no further questions, again, thank you both for everything, and it's a report that we can build on in the following years, and it is really exciting that we are getting this together, and just want to commend everyone for a document that is as good as it is. Moved by Member Potter, second by Councillor Frake. Resolved that report PA 2511, Planning and Building Annual Report 2024, dated April 9th, 2025, be received for information. All in favor? That's carried. Any other business containing to the committee? Seeing none, next Planning and Development Committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, April 23rd at 5 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Meeting is adjourned. Good night. Thank you.